If all the hard work on your written application has paid off and you've been invited to interview, the next stage is to prepare for that interview. For the next few minutes, we'll look at what you should do to prepare and touch on how to overcome any pre-interview nerves. Everyone has them. It's perfectly natural to be a little anxious, especially about something that really matters to you. But it is possible to harness your nerves and help them work to your advantage. If you've not reached the interview stage yet, try not to be too disheartened and keep trying. Something will come up that's right for you, and hopefully soon. It might take time, but remember, there's no wrong path. Preparation and practice are the key to success in both public speaking and in interviews. You might wonder how you can prepare for an interview when you don't know what you're going to be asked, but by going back and thinking about your audience, the interview panel, you will be able to work out some of what they will ask you by putting yourself in their shoes. This time you know what your audience knows about you. They've read and they've liked your application form and your CV, and you obviously tick at least some of their boxes, or you wouldn't have got this far. Reread your application carefully. Go through it point by point. Do some research about the company or the course that you've applied for. Make sure you find out as much as you possibly can. The more research you've done, the more flattered they will be. They won't remember everything you say in an interview, but they will remember how you made them feel. So it's important to use every tool that you have. Research will also give you a much better idea of what you might be letting yourself in for. Remember that every interview is a two-way process. It's your chance to find out about them while they're finding out about you. Write down a list of the questions the interview panel might ask you and write out your answers to all of those questions. Remember to include real examples from your life as evidence of what you have done and of the personal qualities, the meta skills that you have. Practice saying your answers out loud, but don't try and learn them off by heart, or you might come across as stilted. Just make sure you know what you want to say if you're asked about why you want the job or to study that particular subject, and what qualities you have that would make you the best person for the job or to get a place on the course. With interviews being a two-way process, you'll probably be asked if you have any questions, so make sure that you have a few ready. To make a good impression in a job interview, don't ask about salary and holidays, but instead ask about training opportunities and the chances for advancement through the company. That will demonstrate that you're ambitious and keen to learn and progress. At interviews for university or college, you might want to ask about student satisfaction rates, the amount of teaching time, any opportunities to study abroad, or the jobs that students get when they finish the course. By being ready with something relevant, you'll come across as much more engaged. And thinking about an interview as a two-way process can also help keep your nerves under control. You're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. And that's true because you have to make sure that this job or that course is the right next step in your life. That also means that the onus is less on you to perform and answer questions correctly. A good interview should at times feel more like a conversation and less like a series of questions with right or wrong answers. That should help to relieve some of the pressure. Now, that's not the only way you can help overcome your nerves. Although being too nervous might make you feel as though all you want to do is run away, a little adrenaline coursing around your system can be a positive thing. It will help keep you alert and it keeps your brain sharp. So, what else can you try and do to calm your nerves? Try power posing for a few minutes before the interview starts. There's a brilliant TED talk by Harvard professor Amy Cuddy that explains the theory, but basically, standing in a powerful position for just 2 minutes before a stressful situation reduces the levels of your stress hormones and helps you to perform better. Now, there is some excellent science behind it, and even if you're skeptical, it's worth a try. I personally swear by it. Once you get into the interview room, it's important to start well. First impressions really do count. Arrive on time, appropriately dressed, and thank everyone for seeing you. Make eye contact and don't forget to smile. And think about your body language. That can speak volumes. Adopt a confident body position during the interview. Even seated, you can sit up straight with your feet firmly planted on the floor, and that will help you to feel grounded. Try not to fold your arms or to fidget. Not only will a confident body position help you feel more confident, but you'll look more confident too. which is another message to the interview panel that you might be just the person that they are looking for. Now, people often panic that they'll be asked something in an interview that they don't know the answer to, but it's fine to say that you don't know and to offer to get back to the panel. Far better to say something like, oh, do you know what? I've really not thought about that before. Can I think about it and get back to you later? Than to bluff and bluster, make something up, and then put yourself off for the rest of the interview. We're all only human, and it's fine not to know everything. Taking notes into an interview is rarely frowned upon. Many employers actually like it. It shows that a candidate is prepared. Just ask if they mind if you check your notes. This next stage of life is hugely exciting. There are opportunities out there just waiting to be grabbed. By spending time drafting a decent application that shows you off in the best possible light, and by preparing for an interview, as I've just described, giving yourself the best chance of taking that first step from where you are now to where you deserve to be. 3 things to remember: audience, content, and delivery. And if you don't get there first time, remember, there's no wrong path. If you'd like to book a half-day course to go into this in more detail, to focus on your own meta skills and find out how to effectively communicate them to help you on your way, contact your local Developing the Young Workforce group. Thanks, and the very best of luck.